Disclaimer. Now, this video is on quite a serious and controversial topic. I've got a lot of my views, opinions, and experiences about the topic, so it is not trying to get across that I'm a fucking sick cunt for doing drugs in the past or anything like that. And yeah, so listen to the video and take it the way you want to take it, but none of this is meant to be insulting to anyone, so hopefully you guys enjoy. What's up guys, Conky here. So today I'm doing a commentary that's been recommended for myself for a long period of time now, and that is on drugs. Now, no, I'm not going to be doing a commentary whilst I'm on drugs of any way, in any way, shape or form. Thank you to the idiots that pointed that out. I'm just basically going to be talking about my experiences and my opinions on the whole scene, you know, in relation to everything. And so I've lovely old mate Isney has sent me over a gameplay of just a drop zone on strike zone with the Maverick, I think he starts with, and just a whole assortment of guns to get a chem strike. So that's pretty cool. So thank you to him for that. I'll get him to post. I'll put the link to his channel and Twitter in the description. So anyway guys, I've tried to do this once before, so I'm going to get onto it pretty quickly now. I'm going to start from the beginning, from my experiences, and then kind of delve into it from there. So back, I was always quite innocent when I was younger. I never got, I somewhat, in my high school, there wasn't really too much peer pressure in regards to drinking. There was a few people that started it and that kind of stuff. So when I started going to gatherings and parties when I was maybe 14, 15, there'd be people drinking, but it was only the kind of couple people. I went to a pretty, not a snobby private school, but it was, you know, a private school where you had to wear the suit and the tie and everything like that. And it was, the parents were obviously a little bit harder. I don't know, you know, that's just following the stereotype, but there wasn't that much really until we turned about 16, 17. Now, I started to have maybe a beer or two that I would pour into the garden because I didn't really like it when I was going to gatherings when I was maybe, you know, 16. First time I ever got drunk was at schoolies when I was 17. Yeah, so that I have never been a part of that, and I'd never smoked or anything like that, or never smoked weed or anything like that until I was about, I think when I was 18 and a half, I think I had my first cigarette, and I remember beating myself up about it. Like, that was one thing I said, like, I don't have a problem with smoking weed, but I'll never smoke a cigarette. I don't know why, but I just was fucking, I think, because my dad smoked, and he was so strongly against it, and it really hit me hard, and it kind of freaked me out about it. But yeah, so I've had my first cigarette, I think, when I was about 18 and a half, and, you know, thought nothing of it. I've never been tempted to smoke sober. I have had one cigarette in my life when I've been sober, and I didn't enjoy it, and I've never since. So nowadays, if I'm out and about, I'll had a few drinks, and the only real social areas you guys will find, if you know, if you're of age, is at the clubs. The only real social areas is the smokers' room, and that's the only real place. And you know, you don't have to smoke, but I've just kind of, I don't mind it. It's really not that bad, and since I don't do it all the time and shit, and I'm willing to put up with the, you know, the hangover that you get the next morning, it's no big deal to me. And yeah, and like I said, I've got nothing against people that smoke. I've just never been able to go, well, I've never enjoyed it sober, as I said, to start with, and I can't put my mind to people who are like, you know, pack a day smokers. That's fucking like 25 bucks a day. Fuck that. I can't do that shit. So, you know, that's just the tip of the iceberg now. So I'll move on to marijuana. I've never gone looking for the stuff. I've been offered it countless times. You know, the first few times I freaked out and said no. But then I thought, well, you know, why not? I'd never been pressured into it. That's the thing I loved about my mates throughout high school. I picked the mates that weren't, you know, dickheads about it. They were just like, oh, you know, would you like something? Like, you know. And then the first time I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. And the first time it was okay. Second time I hated it because I whited out like crazy, and you know. But ever since then, it's been a couple times where I've done it here and there, and there's been times when I have enjoyed it, times when I haven't. And like I said, I've never gone looking for it, and I've never felt that urge to keep going and do it more and buy it and fucking do it all the time, because I don't like the feeling of being sitting there all chilled, like being a dopey cunt. I've never enjoyed that, and like I said, I do get why people enjoy that. It's fine. Go ahead and do it if it really makes you happy. The only thing, which I cannot stress enough, is when people post pictures of themselves doing it. Fuck you. No one gives a shit. And you've got to remember that you posting, you doing illegal, America excluded in certain areas, and some other countries excluded in certain areas. But in Australia, if you are posting videos and pictures of yourself doing drugs on blatantly public social media, it's gonna fuck with you one day. you know, my last employer has done a Facebook check on me, and I'm quite lucky. Like, I was scared about, there was a photo of me, like, you know, doing the balls on someone's head or something, and that freaked me out. I was like, fuck, that's gonna get me in trouble. Like, and that's, you know, that's the worst. And so many people have so much worse shit than that could really fuck them over. So that's, I can't rant on about that too much because that's a different topic. But that's the one thing that pisses me off. So stoners, do what you will. It's cool, man. Like, go ahead, as long as you're not a cunt about my opinions on it. Sweet. Now I'll move on to the big one for me, which has been ecstasy. Now, I first started doing pills maybe about a year and a half now ago when I started for the first time. I'm quite big into the drum and bass scene, and at the clubs where I'd go and would do that, it is quite common now. So I remember I was offered it at Shock 1 maybe about a year and a half ago now for the first time, and I just had the one, and you know, the effects were just kind of minor and it was kind of cool. And then I thought next time I'll get it in a controlled environment, me and a friend will do it, and I double dropped for the first time with a friend out in the public, and that was the best night of my life. Legit, it was the best night of my life. Didn't have a bad come down when I came home or anything like that, and it was all sweet. You know, nothing bad came out of it. Now, in the couple times that I've done it to and from in between then, the worst experience I've ever had was I dropped, me and a colleague that I used to work with, another chef, we worked from 12 till 10 PM on a Sunday, so straight 10-hour shift with no breaks. Got fucked up that night, so Calix and TB, and we got home at about 5 AM, I think. We were meant to go home at 2, but people ditched us, and we ended up having to catch the 4 AM train home, which was no fun. Couldn't sleep when we got home. Fuck. We have work. Had to go to work on no sleep. Now, by the end of it, like, I had been used to doing work on 2-3 hours. 1 hour sleep, you know, but this was fucked. I had started coming down when I got into work, and it was fucked. I have never felt that shit in my life. Finished by the time got to about 1 or 2 o'clock, my shift was finishing at 3, my body actually started to shut down, and I'm dealing with extremely sharp knives, you know, I'm cutting up steak and shit, like prepping the meat, and I was getting scared. So I remember I got home that day at about 3, and then I had to sleep. I slept for maybe an hour or so, and then I had to go to dinner with my girlfriend's grandparents, and my god, I was in embarrassment. And that was the time where I've gone, fuck, like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, you know, so ever since then, I've done it a few times here and there and in between, but because I love the feeling, it's great, but the whole being munted for the next 24 hours and literally being a zombie, it's not cool to me. And if I've got like, I can deal with a hangover, you know, you wake up with a headache, a couple of hours, all good, you know, it's over, it's all gravy. But dealing with it for the next 24 hours is fucked. So, you know, I've got mates that deal and everything like that, so I'm quite close-knit to that scene. But then again, the stuff's okay. It's just really, I don't want to see people, you know, move on to worse things from that, because tying up that now, you know, I've done cocaine once and it was cool but expensive, and I've got friends that have the money, and you know, they're changing, man. It's really creepy. You know, like I said, ecstasy is a relatively harmless drug. It's not addicting usually and anything like that, and people do go a bit stupid on it, but you know, if you can control yourself and you've got that sort of self-control, it's okay. It really is. Now, I've had a few knock-ups with people on ice and heroin once. I've dealt with a heroin user, and it's scary, hey? Like, really. I've got 2 people that have left my high school. One spent his entire family's $100,000 trust fund on meth over the course of about a year and a half. So that's pretty messed up to see. I've got people in and out of rehab that have recently gone to my high school, and this was quite a top-nick high school, you know. One of the guys that actually bullied me was one of the ones that, you know, who was the one that spent all his parents' trust fund on the stuff. So, like I said, it is all scary, but to tie it all up, drugs, aside from the hard drugs, like literally, you know, you watch Breaking Bad, it is like that. The meth users are like that. It's fucked, and you don't want to see it. But if you have the self-control, and you actually, like, don't get pressured into it ever, and only ever do things at your own pace. If you don't like it, don't do it, because it fucks with you, like, seriously. So what I'm trying to go on is, like, I've had good and bad experiences with the stuff. Just don't force it upon other people, and only do it at your own pace and your own rate if you want to. Now, I'm not telling you people to go do this, because it is illegal. Remember that, you know, it is very illegal and people don't understand that. So I'm running out of time now, guys. Hopefully I've got enough of my point across that I can. I really don't have that much more time to talk about it anymore, so like I said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I can definitely do another commentary, something like this if I get the chance, or maybe even an individual story if you guys would like. So as I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Look out for plenty more from myself, and this has been Conky. Peace.